When I first see this image, I feel the sense of comfort and security in a warm, loving home with a dedicated significant other that the photographer is proud to call their own. From the glowing source of white light from the window to the warm red color of the lampshade and the cool whitish yellow color of the walls, all of the colors in the top half of the photo give you that feeling that the elements within are trying to portray. Judging by the way the photographer is positioned, sitting on the couch next to this man, wrapped up in a blanket on what seems to be a nice day outside, possibly their only day off of the week, the photographer cares about this man and is expressing that by making him the focal point, thus having all the attention of the viewer. But once you look in the background and get that feeling of warmth and love from the colors, it's then that you focus on the pictures that are hanging in the wall and what's actually in the background. One of which of those photos is of a couple, and by the looks of it, seems to be the photographer and the man sitting in front of her. And beside that image is a piece of typography art on a white canvas. And along the left side, vertically positioned, is the word love, with what seems to be a poem on the center and the right side of the canvas. So both pictures on the wall actually depict or describe love. Another thing I notice is that the man is focused on something written on a notebook while having a laptop out in front of him. Now, he could be studying for a test, or he could be expanding his knowledge of his current career, or he could be preparing for a great opportunity at his job. The possibilities are endless, but one thing is certain, that he is dedicated, hardworking, and a dependable guy. And I believe that one important thing the photographer was trying to get across to her audience. I do appreciate how the background and the pictures on the wall are still in focus enough to see what the message are and what they bring along. But one thing that I would improve about this image is to make the man more in focus, while the extreme foreground and background, for the most part, are out of focus, giving the viewer even more of a sense of what is important and what the main idea behind the photo is. Another thing that I would improve about this photo is that it's very heavy on the bottom half. She could have done some editing afterwards on Photoshop or some other program to brighten up the bottom half of the photo so it's not weighing down the photo so much on the bottom half. The figure, the man in the middle, seems a little dark based upon the light source coming from the background. She could have brightened him up a little bit to get the details around the hair, around the ears, on the tattoo on the arm. The darks are so dark and the shadow is so dark that you can hardly see what's there in those spots.